Hey everybody, Brian Davis here, BrianDavisAlive.com. I'm so glad you're here. I'm excited today. And I wanted to make a video to kickstart my writing. I know I was writing before, but those of you that have been following my journey know that the last 6 weeks, let's just say I haven't been myself. Not writing as much as I would like. And honestly, I reread some of the stuff I've written in the last couple of weeks, and not my best, in my opinion. It's clear that I was struggling from a pain standpoint. This last drain that I had, a biliary drain, which in the beginning is what saved my life. You know, if this drain wouldn't have got placed, I wouldn't be here. I mean, plain and simple, that's just the way it is. This drain had to be placed for me to continue this fight. And for me, it's been kind of an unofficial goal for some time now to get rid of this drain as quickly as possible. Just because of the inconvenience. I've learned to work with it, which is smart because it saved my life. I mean, it only makes sense. Doesn't mean that the long-term goal for me isn't to get rid of it. It is to get rid of it, to be as whole again as a person. I'm not going to say normal. My definition of normal would be what's natural instead of average. I don't like the definition of average for normal. I would prefer what's natural to somebody as being the norm. Because, I mean, let's face it, we're all born average. We want to push a little bit more. But, yeah, this last drain hurt. Plain and simple hurt. They all do when they're first put in. There's a couple of days of recovery. The first day can be very, 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 very painful just to move. It's just the way it is. You're shoving a tube through your internal organs. It's going to hurt. I mean, it just is. But typically they'll subside, and I've had some pretty good drains. The one prior to the last one, I was actually training again for a 5K. Not spectacularly. Trust me, it was a little ugly, but I was training. I was exercising, which is important to raise my white blood counts. Exercise helps with that, and I strive very, very hard to control my blood work through exercise and nutrition rather than through medications of sorts. So when the drain hurts like this last one did, it's difficult. Now what happened was we got the last drain in, the last one, and we came home with big bruising, big hematoma around the site. And it hurt. It hurt bad. And not just for a couple of days. It hurt for, I mean, I was incapacitated for like a week. It was pretty bad. And even after that, I had good days and bad days as far as the pain goes. The pain was strong enough. It was kind of like toothache pain, you know, where it doesn't really go away. Hurts most if you bump or touch it. But just a constant throbbing ache. Severe enough that it was provoking nausea. Not that I don't get nauseous already, but it was bad enough to where I had to take my nausea meds, which is very unusual for me. I try to do just about everything homeopathically through essential oils or different things, controlling nausea, different home remedy tricks I've tried and learned, but this was bad. This was bad, and you're afraid as a patient. You're kind of afraid to say anything because here's this thing that's saving my life right now. While we're trying to kill the cancer, and I'm going to complain about it, and maybe they say, well, if you're going to complain about this one, we just won't do it anymore. You know what I mean? These are the kind of fears that go through your head as a patient, so you're reluctant to say anything because you're grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive every day, so I don't want to complain too much. And then once you get to the 3.5 week point, you're past the midpoint. I get one every 6 weeks, and well, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I can just ride it out to the end. But I mean, this thing hurt right till I went in the OR. It hurt. I talked to the staff down there. They know me well enough that I can talk to them, and I need to learn to talk to them more when I'm not happy with what's going on, because I wasn't happy with this. But when I go down there, I tell them everything's all right. Why? Why not be honest with them and say, hey, this thing hurts bad, and they'll replace it. They did it for me for one when it clogged once before, and they replaced it after a week. So it's not like they're not willing to fix it if it's not working the way it should, and it shouldn't hurt like that. So the new one, after talking with them, they put a new drain in. It's by a different manufacturer. The tubing is actually more of a soft rubber feel to it than hard plastic, and they put that through. They thought that that might help with a little bit of the pain, and they also identified that the hematoma, because I took pictures of it and stuff, whatnot, showed, is what they determined was I was requiring so much lidocaine at the site, just pretty much demanding it because I hate pain. That increases the odds of hitting a blood vessel, and what they figured that happened was they hit a blood vessel, which causes a hematoma. It's a nerve, and it's going to cause pain. And then that, along with placement of a stitch in kind of the wrong place, or in an inopportune place, caused a lot of pain. So this one feels great so far. Not saying there wasn't pain, there was. But I felt pretty good on day 2. This is day 3, and it's already, I'm not going to say painless, but close. Very, very livable. Unless I bump it, it doesn't hurt. You know, I can pretty much walk around right now. It's not too bad. It's getting there. I can say with confidence that within a week, this should be pain-free. Because it's simply just not that uncomfortable at this point. And the last one was very uncomfortable on day 3. I still wasn't even functioning. So that's that. Nutrition-wise, for my blood work right now, I'm focusing on iron because my hemoglobin's low. In doing some research, I found out that your body needs iron to produce red blood cells, and your body needs red blood cells to produce hemoglobin. My hemoglobin's a little bit on the low side, still in the normal range, but on the low side, which is causing me to be cold, a little short of breath. I will say that I have had success with bumping up my hemoglobin. It's only going up a point at a time. It's going up very, very slow, but I already noticed that I don't get winded quite as easy, and I'm not as cold as I used to be. So wins. White blood count still normal, biliary still normal, and I'm working on the reds and the hemoglobins. Everything else, cancer markers coming back down, so tumors are shrinking. Everything's good. I'm in a good mood. I'm excited. I'm in a good place, and I want to write more for you. So please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You just click on the YouTube link here, down here somewhere. And then up on this side over here, you'll see my logo with the black and green subscribe. That is for the First to Know update list. If you subscribe to that, you will know every time I update my followers. So just like this video, you'll get sent right to your phone first thing, as soon as it's made. You'll get sent to your phone. You can watch it whenever you want. It's not always a video. I do a lot of writing. Less videos today than I used to, simply in the last 6 weeks because I haven't felt good. Nobody wants to make a video when they don't feel good. So I know this is long. It's almost 8 minutes. I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. My name is Brian Davis, BrianDavisLive.com. Have an awesome day.